I'm going to be attempting to do kind of like a day in the life.
I decided to just do a bit of a rapid test. I did get a positive result.
Good morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. It has been a hot minute since I have done this, and I have just been so incredibly busy. I don't know, there was just, I kept wanting to record and pick up the camera. I was just, I don't know. But anyway, here I am, and I'm going to be doing, well, I'm going to be attempting to do kind of like a day in the life type of video to come back. So it's, my alarm went off at 5:30. I apparently hit snooze for 10 minutes. So I got out of bed at 5:40. It is now 5:55. Obviously I've gotten dressed. I actually spent a little bit of time just shining a light into the back of my throat, because for half of last week I was actually at home with Alice because she was sick, and now I'm sick because it just, obviously my throat hurts, and so I was just looking at the back of my throat and there's pus on my tonsils, so I'm probably gonna have to get to a doctor's at some point. But I already took 3 days off from work last week. I've only just started this new job, so that's where I thought it'd be good to come and do like a day in the life, especially as a single mom of 3 kids. So hopefully, I've never done a day in the life before. I have no idea how this is gonna go. I mean, I'm gonna end up being at work all day, so. Now, there was one thing that I did want to address when it comes to filming again, is that am I going to be showing my kids in the videos going forward? Because there is a whole, obviously a controversy around having children online, especially after what happened just a few years ago. I'm not going to be saying any names, but so here's the thing. Obviously I understand what happened to those children was absolutely terrible, and any other children who do have to endure that sort of thing, especially for when it is done for the public eye, like really bad pranks and things like that. Now obviously I know I don't do that sort of stuff. I know when the cameras are shut off. I know in my household like things like that don't happen. Yeah, I have been seeing clips of that one particular family online since, you know, action was taken against the mother, and I've been seeing so many clips online. It does baffle me a bit that no one watching was able to kind of pick up on it. I suppose a lot of the audience was younger, so I do just think there was a lot of obvious signs to myself. I suppose that's as an adult though, so. But anyway, a big part of my channel is supposed to be that I'm going to be showing the reality side of things. I feel like a lot of people have been so negatively influenced by influencers. I know for myself, I can watch all of these influencers online and I can think like, wow, they live such perfect lives, and I find myself sort of thinking like, how can they record, plus some of them are also working other jobs as well, taking care of their kids and all of this stuff, and they're still able to keep like seemingly perfectly spotless homes and things like that. But it's like the reality of it, behind the scenes they probably do have someone helping, but I know for myself I end up feeling really bad about myself. I do know that obviously I have ADHD, and I know it's not going to be so easy for myself, and that's my reality. No, having ADHD is not an excuse, but it is an explanation as to why my brain and my body works in certain ways. So ultimately, my channel is supposed to be around showing the actual reality side of things, and showing that even online, not everyone is actually perfect. People do actually live normal lives. Like, it is not normal to be able to take care of your kids, have full-time jobs, and keep your house absolutely spotless 24/7, because if you do that, where's your time with your children? Like, I know that neurotypical people don't have as hard of a time just upkeeping their house. Like, they just do these things without actually thinking about it, but that's not always the reality for everyone. And I know for me personally, it makes me feel like I'm a terrible person and that I'm a terrible mother. And obviously, no, I shouldn't feel like that. And I know that's not their intention, but I want to be able to create a safe space to where people can come to and see that this is what a normal sort of house feels like and looks like. So definitely, if you are someone who does get, you know, negatively impacted by watching people online and you want more of a positive safe space, then subscribe and come join our family. So basically, will I be showing my kids' faces online going forward? And basically, no. As much as I know that my children are obviously safe, the footage I put out of them is not going to be like, it's going to be generally innocent, you know. It's literally just showing what we do during the day and fun adventures that we go on and everything like that. But like, there's still too many bad people out there. Anything could happen to the footage that I put up of my children. So even though I will still record them, their faces will obviously just be blurred, or it'll just be like the back of them or something like that. So anyway, I gotta keep going. Dropped off, all the kids are dropped off, and I'm just now waiting to get some fuel. It is 7 past 7 and I start work at 8:30, but I'm going to try and start at 8 today. Hopefully traffic is nice. Usually it's not, and it usually takes me more than an hour to get to work, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of traffic, but it's also because of people just not knowing how to drive, to be completely honest. And just like that, I'm at work. It's a little bit past 8 o'clock. I wanted to try and get here for just before 8, but honestly the traffic is just horrendous coming out this way. But I wanted to show you how humid it is here right now. Let's see if it happens. Ready? Of course it's not going to do it now that I want to show you. Now, every time I got out of my car earlier, my glasses just fogged right up because it was so humid. But anyway, I'm going to get into work, sit down and actually start working, because I'm still going to be finishing at 4:30. And there's probably a lot that I need to catch up on because I was off pretty much most of last week. So I've just got into the bush to pick up Jackson. I've already got the girls, and Lucy's fallen asleep. She's just behind me. I'll show you a smidgen of her. There we go. She has fallen asleep, which is fantastic. But I'm gonna have to wake her up if I've got any chance of getting her to sleep tonight.
So anyway, let's go get Jackson. And 12 hours later, we are home. I'm just trying to serve up some of the kids' food now. As I said earlier, I'm going to try and be as real and open and honest with you guys as I can be, because that is the reality of having this sort of life. And I did actually have bolognese made up for dinner tonight, and it would have been as easy as just putting on some spaghetti. But when I picked up Jackson, I actually had to go to the chemist first, and there's just a chicken shop literally right next door to the chemist, takeaway shop. So I got some nuggets and chips for the kids, and then I got myself just some chicken and chips. I'm honestly not even that hungry right now. But anyway, it was just going to be nice and quick doing it this way. I am very strict on my kids' routines, especially Jackson's, because no matter what time he goes to bed of a night time, he is waking up like super early, and so I need for him to at least have a good sleep, so I get very strict on their bedtimes. And so I cannot be flexible on, even though we've gotten home at 6:30 at night, it's not like I can just be like, okay, well that's the time we're getting home, I'm going to start dinner now. No, when I wasn't working, I was getting dinner started between 5 and 5:30 to have dinner on the table between 5:30 and 6, because that's just how our routine kind of needs to work. So even as it is, serving up dinner after 6:30 is like, for me, we're behind on time. We are behind on time, but that is the reality of me now having a full-time job. So now I'm just getting their clothes already. So then as soon as they finished eating, they get straight into the bath and the shower and everything, and then they get dressed and brush their teeth and they're to bed. So I'm just hoping everything goes smoothly, especially because Lucy did have that little car nap. Well, the kids are all now asleep, and I just noticed that Lucy was starting to like just really cough a lot, but when she's sick she gets like this bit of a sound in her voice when she's like laughing, and she was having that sound. I know it's bad because she's sick, but it's actually funny to listen to. But I decided to just do a bit of a rapid test on her, because I still had a few of them in the cupboard, so I got her to do one today. And honestly, I didn't even put the swab up in her nose for that long. I probably could have done it for longer, but I still got a result from it. So I don't know if it's as strong as what it could have been, because I didn't quite get enough of it. By the way, I did get a positive result. So there it is. This one obviously tests for like RSV, COVID, and then influenza A and B. And as you can see, she's got a positive COVID result, and it's really faint, but I feel like there is actually a positive RSV result. I feel like it's just not picking up, but it is there. It's super faint though. And then there's a tiny little line, as you can see there, just next to the B for influenza B. Now I don't know if that's just kind of like an evap line. I feel like I'm talking about a pregnancy test, oh my goodness. But yeah, I feel like that could be an evap line, because that certainly was not there after the 15 minutes. So I know, like, definitely she's got COVID. Like, that is like definite. And I feel like she definitely has the RSV, because I feel like you can see it every now and then, but there is like a super faint line just there. But last week, Alice I had to take off 3 days last week because Alice ended up with COVID and rhinovirus, I believe. So, I mean, it's obviously going around, but then Lucy also just consistently drinks out of everyone else's drink bottles, even though I tell her not to over and over again, but she doesn't want to listen. She just does what she wants to do. She's so incredibly stubborn. But anyway, this space just needs a really quick reset. Basically, I just need to clear all this. So let's just do a really quick reset. And that is looking so much better. But now, in saying that, I am actually going to go to bed myself because I am really tired. It's my bedtime. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.